Hi, my name is Brian Nicol, and this is my video for Module 2.2 in ARC602. First, we started out by looking at the project thesis and the strategies that are going to be looked into for this module. The user relationship strategy, how people are going to use this space versus public and private. The environmental strategy, how this is going to be working with flood factors and the sun. And then social strategy with how life is going to work in this building. We begin by looking at the program strategy and how everything is divided up. The residential is going to be 54% of this building, while public interface is 13%, and semi-public spaces at 14%. And the circulation coming in at 18%, that sort of makes up the entire building. Then we look at the massing strategy. Basically what I did was create a bunch of design iterations. I made 5 here just off the top of my head, sketching down on paper what it looked like in plans, 3D views, elevations. Finally, it came down to this massing strategy, which is kind of taking a little bit of some of the iterations and creating a mass that's going to work well with the environmental, social, and commercial spaces. Looking at schematic maps, I kind of took a 3D shot of the massing that I created and made some hand sketch drawings of circulation and public versus private diagrams of how people are going to move through the building and at what point is it going to transition from public to private space. And we take a look at the site plan. It gives you a detailed look of how the tower works with the site, where it sits on the property, and the lines, how it works with the driveway coming in, and all the services around it. First, we take a look at the first floor in terms of how people actually start using the building. There's a couple retail spaces, there's a grocery space, and a fast food takeout place, as well as a mechanical electrical room buried at the back. And circulation is lined in the middle, and this is going to be a pattern throughout the entire building as the stairs and elevator are set in place for the entire building. Then looking at the second floor, we move into more of the same with public space, a lot of amenity space, food space, and retail. Circulation remaining the same. Then we look at the third floor plan, which starts to get into privatized spaces like the gym for residents and some office spaces. And then we look at the fourth floor, which starts to begin to transition to the residential spaces with the outdoor social terrace. And then the fifth floor, which is sort of a typical floor plan of what the rooms and layout would look like without the terrace. And some sections which offer a cut-through look, looking at circulation and transition between public and private spaces. This is sort of just a more realistic view with the model, showing that the sketches at the beginning were kind of realized through this massing. Then we look at the 3D shots of it, which show how this building sits on the site, how it's oriented towards the sun, and with the shelves facing that sunlight, and some grade views which show the relationship between the site and the building and how people will see the building as they come up to it. Looking forward, we're going to start trying to evolve units to maximize the livability. We're also evolving MES systems to make a more practical approach to this building, and we're going to create some environmental strategies passively to help the building in its sustainability.